Alrighty, welcome back everyone, it is LaughNgamez here. Today I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. It's been a while since I've done one of these, to say the least. I mean, a PvP is not something I cast very often, so spawning down the bottom right, the first of these two Protoss players, it is going to be Veils, playing for Team Elevate in the blue, going for what looks like it could be a wall up at the top of his ramp. And then spawning up in the top left-hand side, very well-known Protoss player from North America. It is puCK playing for Team Root. So we've got ourselves a PvP between two very solid North American players. puCK is maybe a little bit more known, but Veils is a player who puts on very consistent matches. When you think of sort of the players that really represent the North American scene as being part of NA, it would really be Veils, as he's very consistent, I guess, when it comes to being from North America. So here we are, just standard Protoss versus Protoss. I'm going to be fairly honest here. I'm a Terran player. I don't know too much about PvP. I mean, I watch a lot of Starcraft, so I sort of can tell what's going on. But maybe the exact timings and whatnot I won't be too sure on. But I do know that double gates are very common in PvP here. We're going to see if either of these players just opt for two Stalkers or two Adepts. As sometimes you can either opt to try and get some damage done. It's sort of interesting. In this matchup, it has the double gateway before expand has sort of been the standard build for quite a while in this matchup. As if you go for maybe a faster Nexus, you can simply just die because you won't have enough to stop it. But very sort of, I guess, standard openings here from these two players. Really, it's going to come down to seeing the whether it's Adepts or Stalkers from either of these players, but first they need their Cyber Cores to finish up. But as you can see, if you look at the supply, if you look at everything else, it's pretty much mirror builds right now. And as a matter of fact, it is going to be. So we have double Stalkers from both these players, meaning that neither of these players is really going to be too aggressive, unless, say, maybe Veils or maybe puCK. Either one of these two players may go for a Stalker pressure, which is sort of more of a commitment as far as it goes, and it's PvP, so it is one of the more common aggressive builds when it comes to sort of brute forcing your way into your opponent's base. Right now we are seeing Chrono going down onto puCK's cybernetic score, so that can sort of indicate a bit more aggression, not just going for mass probes, but then Veils going for the same thing. So these guys are really going to butt heads here. Both players got a Mothership Core right now. The only difference right now in this game so far is that puCK has the fancy Stalker skin and Veils does not. If you're unaware, Blizzard's released, I think it's like up to 6 skins at this point. Stalkers being one of the lucky units that gets a fancy skin. They're sort of like a hedgehog there. But looking at this, it's still very standard mirror build, so this could sort of set up to be a very long game, as it can be a bit difficult for players to sort of break out of the mold and to get critical damage done if you are going for a mirror build. But it will really come down to, can you get that little advantage? For now, though, but from these players, it's changing up a little bit. Sentry is on the way for puCK. Both players going for an expand, whereas Veils, he's sort of just been sticking with these Stalkers here. But puCK does have these sentries out, so puCK committing a little bit more to units early on so far. He's got the sentries. He wants to build up that quick energy in case it does go. Now, sentries are more common with Immortal or, say, Colossus Disruptor compositions. Not too much Disruptors, but usually I believe puCK's likely going to go for an early Immortal. Maybe just Stalkers, but Immortals are very common with sentries. Immortal Sentry, very explored composition here, and we see both players going for a Robotics Bay here. Now, we're seeing Veils has gone for the fast Twilight Council. This could be for Adepts, it could be for a Dark Shrine. Not too likely to be a Dark Shrine, as it is sort of late. Well, 4 minutes isn't too late, but with not much else going out on the map, it's not too likely to be a Dark Shrine, I believe. He's going for this fast Warp Prism, though, getting out this Twilight Council, so we're going to see if it's going to be Adepts. puCK, a player who's known to go for a lot of Blink Stalkers, a lot of Disruptors, so we're going to see what he sort of does. He also has his Twilight Council on the way now, so while little changes have been done and I can sort of point them all out here and there, it's still just a mirror build right now. Both players, even on, well, Veils has one more probe, now puCK just got up, so not too much to talk about so far. I mean, it's a PvP. puCK going for some scouting here. Both players have sort of just stuck to their side of the map so far. If we look at that, it's sort of just Bales did actually go for a scout on puCK, but that was early on, so not too much going to be seen here. And now both players are getting these warp prisms here, so this is where it's sort of changing here. Bales is looking to go for a move out. And this is sort of different. Look at this. He's maybe going to try and catch puCK off guard a bit. Maybe expecting puCK to have a bit of a scouting unit there so he can't go all the way around, or obviously having some units there. But this is Bales trying to sort of blindside puCK a little bit with an attack. He's warping in more stalkers right now, but since these players have gone for mirror macro builds, being the aggressor is a lot more punishing. And look at this. puCK has this observer here, so he's going to be fully aware. And look at these sentries here. Bales, though, getting force fielded out, but manages to save all his units. Warp Prism Micro going down between these two players. They're both just pulling their units back, picking them up. No blink for either of these players yet. They're both researching it, but they still have micro potential with this Warp Prism. Bales, look at that. A lot of Stalkers missing shields right now, but didn't lose a single unit. I don't think either player has lost a unit in this game. No, they have not. Right now, though, puCK is looking to sort of catch Bales out, but it's not looking like that is going to happen. Maybe he'll get a sentry now. puCK just turning around, and now we're seeing an Immortal coming out of Bales, so this is very nice for him, as Immortals counter Blink Stalkers, and puCK is committing to these Blink Stalkers, but he's going to be heading towards a quicker +1. And upgrades and timing can be very critical in PvP. Protoss players chrono boosting out upgrades can sort of make the game swing back and forth a lot on that front. So we're going to see which players sort of stick towards their upgrades right now. And this is where we sort of see things changing up a little bit. Bale's getting out this Immortal, and now he's going to be heading up likely to Disruptor Tech with this Robotics Bay. puCK threw something down there. I believe that was a gateway, but he cancelled it. Maybe it was a forge, but both players just sort of playing very standard here. puCK's warping in 4 Stalkers, so maybe a little bit more on edge, but he's actually looking to go for a bit of damage versus Bales. And Bales is moving out on his own. Gets an Observer. puCK blinking over these rocks, may actually go for a snipe on this base here. Bales is coming up the ramp. He's going to come behind his army. He may even get the Warp Prism, which would be huge. These sentries are forced to unload here. They're throwing down force fields. We see Photon Overcharge buying time for puCK here right now. Well, for Bales, pardon me. And now we see puCK's actually taking a bit of a poor trade right now. He sort of got caught off there by Bales. He is just trapped between the Nexus and between the army of Bales, who came around, got that great flank off on puCK. And right now we see Bales heading towards Disruptors. Really the only thing that's going for puCK right now is that he's going to have a quicker upgrade. May get a Stalker right now. That Stalker blinks back. puCK, though, is sort of keeping on edge and not wanting to get these units caught. Bales is trying to catch up to them right now. He's going to be able to get on top of this, but right now it is just Stalker versus Stalker, so puCK may be able to take a favorable trade right now, but it looks like all these Stalkers will be forced before puCK right now is doing his best to micro. Going to save a few of those Stalkers there, but splitting them up, losing most of them. Right now Bales has taken a supply lead. He's heading towards Disruptors. So really the only thing puCK has going is still just this +1 attack. Bale's now going towards Resonating Glaives, so maybe wanting to transition maybe into that more overwhelming Adept composition. Either way, Blink Stalkers are very useful in this matchup until one of the players builds up a high Immortal count. And puCK does just have 1 Immortal right now. He's building to a second, and look at this. We're actually seeing a Stargate coming out of Bales. He's just throwing down all his tech really right now, getting Resonating Glaives, getting up a Stargate, another Robo, a Forge. So he's going to be trying to catch up, and right now puCK's sort of just keeping it a bit more basic right now. He's getting +2 attack on the way. He's just defending this attack right now. Bales went for an attack, but puCK does have this defender's advantage. He's got 2 Mortals, the Nexus to solidify his position right now. And that Disruptor, not getting too much done there. So Bale's going for an attack, not getting too much done. And this is really solidifying puCK in this game. And so Bales is indeed retreating right now. We see an Oracle on the way for Bales, so that explains the Stargate very early on. He's not going for Tempest or Carriers or anything crazy like that yet, at least. I'm not going to rule it out completely, but I say yet. Oracles with their Revelation ability is huge when it comes to Disruptors, and knowing where your opponent is players have to be very quick with how they use these Disruption Novas from the Disruptors. I believe it's Purification Nova is the term right now. Anyway, Bale's just getting his +1 attack on the way. He's chrono boosting that out, but puCK has his +2 on the way. Not chrono boosted out, though. It would be nice to see that chrono boosted out for puCK. But he will have an upgrade advantage at some point. either way, and he does right now, but looking at that, all those stalkers were revealed right now, so Bales maybe going to try and get a cheeky disruptor shot out. puCK trying to pick off that disruptor, but forced to blink back. He cannot overcommit, and right now we actually see Bales getting on top of the army of puCK. Now puCK does have this upgrade advantage for his stalkers right now. However, this is a large army for Bales. He still has that bit of an advantage from that early advantage he took with that great fight right now. Both players sort of just massing up right now. This has been a fairly passive game between these two players. Lots of poking and prodding, but no decisive attack right now. And now we see, it looks like this could be the first decisive attack. puCK forced a blink right there to dodge the disruptor, but right, oh, the massive connection by Bales right there, as puCK had already used his blink, eating another massive disruptor shot. These disruptors racking up a large amount of kills right now. And looking at this though, puCK seems to have held Bales committing into a very tough situation where puCK blinks, only loses a stalker to another disruption node right there. May lose a few more units, though he does disruptor getting massive value right there, picking off 3 stalkers. And puCK is forced back. He's still got these 2 immortals, which are really great as the army supply dwindles right now, but he's got about half the army supply of Bales right now. More stalkers warping in for puCK right now. He's chrono boosting out immortals right now. He's got that upgrade advantage yet again. It equaled out for a second there, but I believe now puCK is going to have an upgrade advantage for quite a while. Bale's getting his +2, so he wants to equalize that, but puCK is going right to his +3, and this is what I mean by players getting an advantage with the upgrades early on. Right now we see Bale's blinking before that, maybe a bit bold right now. A disruptor coming in for puCK, finally getting him in the zone. Bale's blink is on cooldown. That disruptor gets a massive connection there, picking off 6 blink stalkers there. So puCK is doing his best to hang on right now. The army for Bales, it just dropped a large amount of supply. Bales trying to get off the disruption shot there, but puCK manages to blink out of the way, picks off the warp, but there's no more reinforcements for Bales. The disruptor, well, the final disruptor on this side of the map is going to go down for puCK. Bales right now ahead on stalkers right now, but he may eat a massive disruption shot, and he does that disruptor up to 10 kills now. And when you think of cost efficiency for one individual unit, that is it right there. Bale's throwing down a stasis ward, maybe going to try and blink puCK in, or bait puCK in. So much blink is going on, I'm getting a bit confused, and he's actually going to try and bait him in, and he does. I believe that's 7 stalkers caught in that disruption nova, but right now Bales needs to turn around, he needs to save that disruptor, but puCK may get it anyway. He does, and he may even save these stalkers here. That was massive for puCK, getting some great efficiency there. Now, while this has been going on, Bales got up his 4th base, but he's producing 2 disruptors at a time. And puCK did lose his own Nexus, but if it comes down to units that have comeback potential, the Disruptor is one of the biggest. It doesn't matter if you have, well, obviously having more Disruptors is nice, but it doesn't matter if you have, say, 3 Disruptors to 5 as much, as long as you're the one who gets the great connections. So puCK is going to be trying to angle that, and puCK is a player who's great with Disruptors. If you've been watching him play since Legacy of the Void came out, and I've sure casted enough of his games here, so we're going to see if he'll be able to bring it back right now. Now, we have more Oracles on the way for Bales. So he's got more Revelation. This is going to allow him to sort of poke puCK, as this game is going to sort of evolve into more Disruptor versus Disruptor, as opposed to this Blink Stalker right now. Ooh! Players can kill their own units with those Disruption Novas. So that was the sound of Bales almost killing off his own Stalkers there by accident. We see a Disruptor actually gets blinked on by puCK. Very decisive move there. He pulls out until he's leading off a few Stalkers, but Bales went forward to counter. A massive Disruptor shot going out for puCK right there, and he picks off a great trade of stalkers right there. He blinked, he bled off a few of his own, but he got the numbers back for him, so that was a great trade for puCK there. Picking off a disruptor in the process. You see a disruption nova going out for Bales right now. He's got 3 disruptors, so he can sort of chain these at this point, but puCK bringing forward his own. puCK is still down on supply, but it's not as significant as before. Bales, though, maybe being a bit worried of a flanker, throws down a disruptor nova, but right now we see puCK going for an attack. Bales blinking forward to try and get up off his army, but it seems that puCK may just have too much. It's just so many disruptors that these Protoss units are just killing each other off. It's so hard to tell. Both players warping in reinforcements, but it seems that puCK has helped once again. puCK is simply not dying in this game. Oh, that stasis ward, though, is huge. I was about to say puCK is not dying in this game, but and these units, this is actually so weird. They were mid-blink as they got stasis. Look at their legs moving. They're not supposed to do that. So they're supposed to be in stasis. Okay, that is something, not something you see every day. That was a very, very saving disruptor, or stasis ward for Bales right there. And right now we see puCK, though, he did a great job hanging on both players up to 4 bases. puCK had this upgrade advantage, it's going to nullify sort of both players are going to be on 3-3 right now, but look at this, puCK is even going to the next stage of upgrades, getting shield upgrades, so he can benefit Archons if he ever goes there, just benefit all his units in general. He wants to keep this upgrade lead, which has helped him hold on in this game right now. It's sort of nullified the supply. Bale's moving forward right now, puCK getting more of his units caught into Stasis Ward, and these units may as well be forfeit right now, as pushing into Blinkstalker Disruptor is very tough, so as long as Bales is ready, look at this, even 3 times Disruptor shots right now, but puCK blinks out, he saves all the units there. That was actually the best that could happen for puCK right now. You see Bales poking forward, but as I said, blinking or poking into disruptors is very tough. Right now we see Bales blinking, catching a disruptor for puCK, bleeding that off. He needs every unit right now. puCK may be looking to secure a 5th base, but that's going to be put on hold for now. We actually see Bales going in. He sort of secured this position and pushing into disruptors. It's very tough. Doesn't 4 disruptor nobles go up for Bales right now. Just mass suiciding his disruptors there as they all get pounced upon. Right now we see a massive disruptor shot for puCK those turrets. It picks off a large amount of these stalkers, so it seems that puCK is going to take another defensive trade right now, and puCK is just hanging on in this PvP. PvPs can be said to be very boring, but this has been a close game right now. Both these players have been trading blow for blow. It can be said that I'm a Terran player and I don't really know what's going on, but I'm sure enjoying watching it right now. More disruptors on the way for both of these players right now. This is just a test of their mic right now. We see another Stasis Ward right there. Only 2 Stalkers going to get caught there. puCK had 1 or 2 of his units forward, so these units are not going to get caught. Once again, we see puCK blinking forward crazily right on top of his units. Once again, Bales needs to blink back. He actually dodged these disruptor shots very well. Eating one, though, eventually leaves off a few Stalkers. Right now, if I had been trying to count how many units had gone down in this game, it would just be an absurd amount. Just trying to keep track of what's killed what, but disruptors are just killing everything off so quickly. But right now we see Bale's taking a very nice defensive fight right there, and I'm loving all these continuous Stasis Wards. He's got them all around the map. How many oracles does he have? He's currently at 3 oracles producing, or no, that's actually puCK's oracle on the way now, so he's trying to seeing, oh yeah, those are working, I'll get my own right now. But both these players are just massing up, but really not too much actual massing has been going on as they've been bleeding off units. How many Stalkers have 104 Stalkers have gone down for puCK, 88 for Bales, 19 Disruptors for Bales. That just shows how many that puCK has picked off right now. So both players taking trades, maybe a little bit more favorable for puCK, as he did have those upgrades, but Bales has been doing a great job keeping under pressure, not letting this game slip away yet, but he's still got needs to take a nice fight right now. Revelation goes down for puCK, but he loses that oracle right now. We see puCK once again boldly blinking on top of these disruptors. Bale has how many disruptors are we up to now? 21. That number's increasing right now. He needs to start throwing out these disruption notice a little bit sooner so he can actually get value with them before they're just picked off. Great trade there by Bales, picking off a disruptor, firing just a little bit quicker than puCK there, so he wins that trade there. Right now, see both these players massing up. Bale's up on supply right now, but it is partially in workers. He's up on army supply right now, but puCK's army is looking a little bit more scary. He's got more disruptors than Bales right now. And Bales is trying to poke forward. puCK's got this defender's advantage right now. More units walking across the map for Bales, more disruptors. And right now, both these players are just jockeying for a position here. Bales is now up to, I believe, his 6th base. puCK is currently sitting on 5 right now, so Bales has a bit of an economic advantage. He's mining more. However, that supply is evening up. puCK's just taking great trades. Upgrade-wise, both players are equal right now, and Bales is actually going to have the upgrade advantage soon. For the first time in this game, right now we see a disruptor shot goes out, but puCK blinks right on top of him. A massive disruptor shot goes down there. Bales is going to need to pull out this. It looks like it could be the final fight, as there's simply so much with these disruptors from puCK. May get great connections here. So many going out. Both players trying to angle them the best they can, but it looks like Bales may have finally broken puCK. He is out of disruption notice, I believe. His oracles, one more revelation for whatever reason there, but he wants to know what's going on right now. He's even throwing up a Stasis Ward right away. puCK can't blink on top of Stasis Ward. It's very punishing. The Disruptor actually killing off a Stasis Ward right there. Bales is getting another great trade pick. Every Disruptor manages right now is worth something. puCK baiting out that Stasis Ward, not getting caught. And it seems that these players may have hung on for now, but oh, massive disruptor shot for Bales right now, dodging puCK's zone. So, oh, I believe that may have been an accident by puCK shooting his own units there. And it looks like that Bales may finally have just won out this crazy PvP right now. puCK down on bases, down on army supply, and this is going to be a very irrecoverable position if Bales sort of picks off one of these bases right now. Disruptors are sort of securing this position. Blink Stalkers can blink back all day. puCK has great blink micro, but there's simply so much here for Bales, and Bales doing a great job microing the Stalkers. And some Disruptors just sort of suiciding once again here. And it looks like that puCK is finally down on supplies, warping in more Stalkers, however. There's simply too much here for Bales currently. puCK may be able to push him back 1 weak Disruptor. I assume that's going to be picked off easily. And puCK may be a little bit desperate here. Not enough gas, actually, as he's not mining enough there, so he's forced to warp in Zealots. They do not even have charge. And chargeless Zealots can just get kited for days by Stalkers, really. So puCK just sort of got some dead supply there. He's half the army supply of Bales. Bales trying to not throw this game away, as both as Protoss players from this game by now know that they can simply fall behind with a good Disruptor connects there. It looks like though Bales may simply have won out. He's almost double the supply of puCK right now. He's even shooting this final mining base for puCK from the high ground, as most of these bases are mined out. puCK's income is just half that. Good dodge on that Disruptor. 1 or 2 great Disruptor shots can certainly even up the army supply right now, but Bales still has the greater economy. He's picking off more and more. puCK really needs to get a miracle right now to come back into this game. Looking at the production tab, it's certainly in the favor of Bales. He now even has that armor upgrade, so puCK Stalkers cannot trade well anymore. Stalkers caught in stasis once again by Bales. Always getting value with those. We see Disruptor shots going up. puCK has used up more Bales. No, doesn't quite. puCK takes a blink right into a Disruptor shot. More going down. There we are. You did it, puCK says. I'm not sure if that's a bit of banter, but yeah, that was certainly a long game, and Bales had to work for it, but eventually he did do it. I didn't even see that, but apparently Bales had pushed into the main base of puCK. He even had DTs. I believe I saw the Dark Shrine. I just didn't make a mental note of it. So Bales, maybe that's where he got some more economic damage done. Either way, he managed to take the game there. That was a crazy PvP. I mean, if I could just sit back, sort of just put my feet up and just watch Starcraft, if I was like, you know, I'm going to watch some great micro today, it would probably be Blink Stalker Disruptor. As just watching, it's a never-ending. This game was a 20-minute dance between these two guys. As funny as that sounds. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the cast. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. That was the greatest of my PvP ability. Well, maybe not. I probably could have done better. But either way, a great game. A lot of great control by those two guys. I mean, there may have been a few mistakes from these guys here, but. Lower level players would certainly be over. It wouldn't go on this long. Just how long this game went on was a testament to these guys' skill. And right now we're looking at flying pieces of Protoss into the sky right there. There's just so many pieces as the game froze. What even part of a Stalker is that? That's actually really cool, being able to see this. What is this? What part of a Stalker is this? Is that its eye or something? I don't know. I just find maybe that's a piece of an oracle, actually, that little center thing. Anyway, so I've stalled once enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, leave a like. If you enjoy the channel and these sorts of videos, feel free to subscribe. I'll see you next time.